Hey guys and girls, this is my Amiga 1200 and this Amiga 1200 actually needs an update. So as of now, this Amiga 1200 is provided with an old classic workbench. So if I turn on the switch here, like that, it turns on. So I will show you. Just a moment, here it goes. And it all works basically okay, but the problem with this classic workbench is also that with the older version of WHDLoad and having no accelerator card, as you can see I only have so much memory, is that there are some limits and also some games are not working. So I've been shopping and I got myself these. So we're panning around here and look what we got here. So we get like two ROMs, kickstart 3.2.3. We're going to insert those in the Amiga. We get this completely pre-configured CF card from Amigastore.eu. So this thing, I already tested it in WinUAE and it works. So now hopefully it also works in the real Amiga itself. And I got myself this card, this accelerator. It's actually a terrible fire, and of course the plastic, I did not cut it yet, but while I'm holding my phone, let's see. So just a sec. And here we are again. I mean, had to cut it out of the plastic. This is a Terrible Fire 1230 accelerator card. It only has 64 megabytes of memory, which is more than enough for an Amiga 1200. And this accelerator board is the perfect match, for one who does, some gaming on the Amiga 1200 and some light other stuff as well. So what we are going to do now is we are going to get the Amiga, we unplug it, and I hope, by the way, that that I have the software available for the CF card. I think so, because I have some floppy disks over there with that software, so I don't think it will be a problem. So let me get the Amiga. I will unhook it. I will put it on the desk over there next to my computer. And then, let's open it up, shall we? Right, I unhooked the Amiga. It's now standing here, and I'm actually standing in my own light source, which is not handy, but it is what it is. And if we turn this Amiga around, by the way, let's turn it around. So this Amiga also has been recapped at, I guess, 24 refurbished date. So it was made in the Philippines and model number 53311. I think only the real Amiga owners know what that means anyway, but we do already have like a card in here, so we can, I think if I right, so here we have the screwdriver, and that makes it a little bit easier. Just open it up and see what we have inside here. Now here we actually, this memory board, this has to go and will be replaced with the other one. And I think I will do the replacement from the other side, because from this side it's a little bit tricky to do it, so with these cards. But we have to unscrew all the screws, the nasty thing, but I will save you the trouble, so I will do it now. So I now got all the screws out, and let me see if I can now turn around this thing while I have my camera. I should really buy a tripod. Yeah, there is a tripod there, but a longer one, so I can, and also a separate microphone. That would be very much more handier. But let me turn this around carefully like that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm putting the camera up there, looking down, so you can see what is going on here. So I will set that up and I will be right back. Right, I think I set it up properly. I think you can see the Amiga pretty well, and I have my two hands available, so only my voice might seem a little bit different because my perspective of the camera will change, because I will be sitting here at the Amiga. So I will talk a little bit louder so we can just see what we have over here. Putting some space here, so we're getting this thing up, and let's see what we have here. So first of all, we're going to remove the keyboard just by lifting up this little white lid. So always be careful with this, by the way. If you do this, just lift it up carefully. So this has not been done for a while, so actually here it goes, nice and slow, and then this thing will just come out just like that. Here we go. So we remove the keyboard, we put it away. That's one thing. And here we have the Amiga as it is right now. As you can see, I bought also in the past this adapter. So most people have like just an IDE cable with a CF IDE to CF adapter, but in my case this is basically the same, but then in the form of a board, so it would not sit in anybody's way. So first of all, let's remove this thing. This is the current hard drive. It also came from Amigastore, I think. So it's a little bit of finicky to get it out, but oh, here we go. Yep. So this is the old one, and this is the new one. So this is a no-brainer, I guess. Let's get this one out. I think this is the easiest part. Okay, here we got it. Nice. So okay, let's get this. Now I have to look how this will go in here. So it's like this or like this, but I assume that it's like this. Depending on where the holes are actually on this side. So I presume that it will just slide in like this. So let's just see. So be careful. Yeah, it slides and punk. Hey, here we have it. That's nice. Now the somewhat more difficult task is like these two. So we have a high and we have a low. And I have now kickstart. This is from Amiga Forever. This is ROM 3.1, and let's see, on this board, on these chips, I'm just checking out which one is high and which one is low. So I actually have to Google for it, where the high and lows are going. Okay, let me do this, and I quickly check it on my computer. High, low, ROMs, Amiga1200, like that. You don't see it, but according to the picture, what I'm seeing here, the low version has to go here, and the high version has to go there. Okay, well, that's nice to know. Now we have to remove these. So the high version, this is actually the other way around. So this one goes there and that one goes there. So, let me verify that, if that is correct. Let me check this out. Another picture. Yep, also the high version goes there. And this one I cannot really see. It's a little bit... Okay, I'll check more of these images. Yeah, the high version goes here, the low version goes there. So maybe for Amigastore, if they delivered this thing, it could maybe be wise to put also the high version actually there and the low version actually there. Well, anyway, people should know better just to Google for this and just put it there where it belongs. Anyway, now we're going to do the nasty thing. Look at this. Yeah, I know, there are tools for this. And this is the thing I don't like to do, but it's not impossible as long as you are just careful, just be careful. So I just have to look first, because it has been a while that I have been removing these. So the screwdriver is definitely not the preferable tool. There are some special tools available, but if you do it gently, just nudge it a little bit and it will come out. Here you go. No problems there. All pins are perfectly fine. Now the other one, let's see, that one comes out as well. Nudge it slightly, left and right. Maybe on this side we can do the same thing. Now the screwdriver won't go under there, so I'm not going to force it. So, and now the freaking rubber. Okay, so that was somebody at the door. Yeah, that can happen if you are doing these kind of things. So let me remove this chip as well, carefully, just very carefully, very gentle. There we go. So just wiggle it out. Here we go. So that's fine. That's totally fine. So we are getting these. Now the high will go in the lower section and the low will go in the, let's say, higher section. So I will be grabbing the higher chip first, this one, and we have to put it in here. Now the question is, like, what is the best way of putting these in there? Well, usually I would say like one side like this and then the other side will fall like that. So I try to do it like this, and then on this side they are all in now. And then by using your thumbs you can gently nudge those pins into place, and then there it goes. It makes that nice click sound, so that means everything is fine. Let's get the other one as well. Yep. And this one we do the other way around, so I do the inside first. This is a little bit of this dust. You see this, guys? It's like a little bit of okay. So you do the inside first, like that, and then with my fingers I'm just simply pressing a little bit against the pins, and then it goes plink in there. You see? No sweat. No sweat at all. Perfect. Right, with that being in place, we are going to remove now this card. And let's see if I can just push it gently. And then get it out. Also got a disc with drivers for the other card, by the way. So I probably need to implement that as well. So let me see, I want to get this out. Yeah, here it goes. And then we grab the other card, this one. You know, if you look at the size of these cards, they are practically the same, but this one has a little bit more memory and also a little bit more speed. So this thing is 50 megahertz, and like I said, it has 64 megabytes of memory. Now, if I'm not mistaken, oh, can I put it from this side in or not? That is something, let's see, something I just need to try, because it is a little bit finicky, but persistent is key. I don't want to move the Amiga too much around actually, so I try to also push it a little bit from the lower side, and with some, hey, there we have it. So after, like I said, after a little bit of nickling around, I finally got it in there, and that's done. Nice, very nice. So basically that's it. We can put away the old ROMs and the stuff, and we can hook everything up again. So we put the Amiga cover, the lights, I mean, in here again, like that. Here we go. Here we go. We grab our keyboard. So I'm also thinking about maybe possibly in the future obtaining maybe another case. Not that this case is that yellowish, but yeah, it's still looking okay. Now regarding this thing is actually also has a sort of user manual. So this thing needs to stand up. This white thing needs to stand up. I hope you can see it because I'm just filming this from above. You only put it in there all the way down as far as it goes. Now look, if it slides down already, then you have to bring it up again like it does now. So this white thing needs to stay up initially, and then you put this thing in there. You need to keep this lifted up somehow, this thing, and then slide this thing in there. Yeah, now it's in there, and now I push the whole thing down. Here we go, and now it's firmly attached. Nice. So let's put this back like that, and we can basically reassemble the Amiga like that. There we go. So got all the screws here, only a few screws, and then we can put back the lid. Hey, retro 8-bit shop, thanks Marvin for the support with this machine. And I will now redo the shoes, the screws. Also, this is also something worthy to note. If you unscrew these, at least with this machine it is, look, you have like, I don't know if you guys can see it, you have a long screw and you have a short screw. Now the short screw go in here and the long screw go in this area. If you turn that around, then you get that effect that you see on some Amigas, that it will go straight through the front end, and that is something you really don't want. So just a piece of advice. So I will put now this long screw in here. And also one piece of advice is, if you screw this, don't force it too much. As soon as it gives any resistance, then it's fine. You know, then you don't need to screw it any tighter, because if you do so, you will just screw over the threads, and then you lose grip basically. So we put this back. So again, visit this guy here. He is also living here in the Netherlands with me, and yeah, he has also a lot of stuff. You know. He is called Marvin, but I think you probably know him. So I put this back, close it, and we have an Amiga ready to be hooked up again. So let me hook this machine up, and then we will fire it up, and let's see what it will bring us. Right, so maybe this does not look what you think it is, and I am a little bit with a mystery around here, because I did turn it on to just check it, you know, just check it and see what is going on. It would not boot. It would simply not boot. The power light went on, but it's now there. And the only thing that I did right now is I removed the graphics card, the accelerator, and I see now this. So, but here's the graphics card, you see. So it's only running on 2 megabytes of chip memory. Now the question is, now it is possible that we might need to use the TF1230 installation disk first before we actually use the accelerator. This is kind of odd, because I would expect, you know, if you plug in some hardware, then it might not be detected at first, and then you install the, you know, the drivers for it, and then it will work. So basically what we are now seeing here, let me check it out. So does it show, well, there's not much memory here, as you can see. So what I will try to do is, now I will grab the installation disk over here with one hand. There all the floppies go. Also coming from Amigastore, by the way. And let's see what we can do. Let's see. So okay, it says install. We can also open up the readme file. So what does it say here? First run install script, then it's necessary to modify the starter by adding these lines. It's okay, needed to add that to the startup. First run install script, so that's the installer, and then add these lines to the startup sequence. Well, the Amiga did not even boot at all with the graphics card in there, but I will try to use the installer first, and then let's see what happens. So install. Yeah, okay, so process finished. Now it's necessary to manually add some lines in the start sequence. Please open the readme file from okay, enter. So that's it. That would do the trick. Okay, so if I go back here, and we have to add this to the startup sequence. Right, so I will add those two lines to the startup sequence because I cannot do it with my phone in my hand while recording this, and I'll be right back with you. So here we are. When we scroll here to the right, it says also after the set patch. So I did that. The set patch is over here. So I basically typed over these two lines into the startup sequence. It's kind of weird why this is not done automatically. I mean, most of the time when you install something, things are added to the startup sequence. So it is kind of little bit of weird, but yeah. Also load module, and it says here the sys. Now I know that the drive, the main drive here is called just workbench, not even DH0. So I have to check whether sys is definitely also the main drive. So if we click this like that, and then I type yes, I want to save it. And so you see I am in workbench. And let's see what happens if I type in sys. Okay, so that works. So if everything is correct, I would be able to enter the devs. Yeah, there is a devs drive. Okay, with that in mind, that has been added. The drivers have been added, and technically, I should now be able to insert the card again and then restart the thing, and then yeah, it should work. If not, then then I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so here we go, and yeah, let me do that, and we will reboot it, and let's hope and pray. So this is a live situation in which I did not tested it. The graphics card is now in there. I added the information to the startup sequence, and there's a power brick that enables all the power to both the Amiga, the monitor, and even the amplifier up there. So let's just hope for the best. There's no that thing is not attached, but let's see. Let's see if the CF card turns on. And we have a non-working card. That's great. That's really great. That is really great. I installed the drivers. It is turned on, but it's not booting. So this means troubleshooting, I guess, but yeah, let's see where to begin. So here we are back again. Has been a while. I found a culprit why this thing did not want it to start. And the culprit was actually the power supply. You can see this is a new one. I ordered it at c64psu.com, and this thing provides at least, sorry, it's a little bit dark. Yeah, This thing provides at least 55 watts. And when I turn now on the Amiga, like here, oh, there's a main switch, it turns on, as you can see. And then we wait until it boots, and then we get the screen. Give it a moment. A little moment. Yeah. So it just still boots from the internal IDE. That's there. You can even see the light is burning there. And one weird thing is like the HDD LED is just staying on. If there's disk activity, then it still blinks. Now I learned that this can be caused by the CF adapter inside, but if I use the other one that I have over here, this one, if I use this one, yeah, then I don't have any light at all. Then it is turned off. So it's either totally on and does not blink at all, or it does blink when I do something. If I click Workbench now, you see it blinks a little bit. Media, I click it, tools. Yeah, there's no way of really letting it blink. Somehow, games maybe? No, nothing there yet. No, prefs maybe. Yeah, you can see it blink now. Oh, now it's turned off. So this is now the situation. As you can see, also we can see here in the corner the memory is being detected, and there's a chip RAM, of course. And so far I don't have that much stuff yet on the Amiga, but that will come. I need to find a menu for the games, because this is still empty, as you can see. I mean, we can show all files. Well, there's nothing in it, because I still have to copy it into it. I changed it. I repartitioned the original drive from Amigastore, because Amigastore made it 4 partitions and I only wanted to have like 2. So the Workbench I left intact, but I made this just into one drive. As you can see, it contains everything, you know, tools, demos, games, install, modules, all in one directory. So I think that worked out pretty well, and well, now the light is turned on again, so well, I will figure that one out. And yeah, now the whole thing of copying files to this machine can begin. The games for WHDLoad, and which is still working, by the way, because it was on the Workbench partition. And copy modules and tools, and I can use actually this card for it, 4 GB. It goes into this thing, because if I put this thing in here, check it out, here it goes, and ta-da, we have a thing called transfer. So I can transfer easily between the PC over there, files to the Amiga, and then I can install all kinds of things. So it has been a little bit of monkeying around, but it is working. So guys, girls, everybody, thank you for watching. If you have any tips or suggestions regarding this, then let me know. I have an angled IDE to CF adapter that makes it turn on, and the other one that I showed you leaves it totally off. So it's like but maybe I try to obtain the kickstart boot ROMs for the Fire 1230, so it can boot actually from the Accelerator and not from the internal IDE port, because that's also faster if you boot from there. But then for that you need like a modified kickstart ROM. But it's something, you know, for the future. Also the case itself, I thought it was whiter than expected, but now I've been seeing it on video. I noticed that it's actually more yellow, because compare it with this box. This is a Fire box, and compare it with the Amiga, well, you can see the difference. So it has been yellowed over time, also slightly. But anyway, it's working, and yeah. Anyway, I hope that you liked it, and like I said, if you have any suggestion about the lights, let me know, and if you have any other questions, also let me know. Thank you for watching, and until next time, see you. Bye bye.